Today is February 23rd, and it's another snowstorm happening outside right now. So I want to take this time to talk about a drone that I purchased a while back from NewBeeDrone. It was called the Lionbee drone. It was a developer kit, and there was 3 reasons why I decided to purchase that drone. One, and this might not be a big reason for some of you guys, that it was analog. So when I came in the game, I came in during the time when the 03 by DJI was out, and then shortly after the 04 came out. I wanted to get this drone because it had analog, and then 2, it uses the 18650 battery. 3rd reason is that it's a long distance drone. And it was a developer kit, so I said to myself, why not just jump in and try it out. One thing though, I had to go out and purchase the HD0 headset because I didn't have an analog headset. So let me give you a backstory on my experience with the drone. I received the drone, put it together, and then took it out for a short flight. I wasn't too keen on the PID tuning, so I decided that I wanted to play around with that. So I plugged it in and it wasn't showing up in beta flight. My computer wasn't recognizing it. I did my own tests and realized that I think that there was some kind of short. I reached out to NewBeeDrone and their recommendation was to ship it in. So while I was waiting on the AIO board to return back to me, I made some improvements to the frame, and let me show you exactly what I did. I went out and got these threaded insert screws, and I used pliers and just squeezed it in. So I also had some issues with screwing on the housing to the frame. So what I did was I went in and also inserted these threaded insert into the housing. So let's go in and unbox this and see what we've got. So it seemed like they just sent me a totally new one altogether. This is their all-in-one board. Mostly everything is at the bottom. Here you can see the antenna for the camera. I believe this is the antenna for the receiver. There goes the pin out for the motors here. I'm trying to remember how to put this together without watching the video again. So I got the antenna on for the camera. I'm going to put the antenna on for the receiver, and I already connected the connection for the camera also. So when I took the screws out, I didn't really organize them. So right now I need to figure out what screws I can use that'll be the right size. I'm just gonna try some different screws at the moment to see which one works. Now I think this is the perfect little hack that I came up with. You know, one thing I didn't do, I didn't test to see if the board was working or not. We should do that. We should try to do that real quick. I didn't test the board. I'm screwing all this in and I didn't see if it works or not. All right, let's do that. Actually, let me put I don't want this to be flapping around like that, so let's screw this in. No. Yep, we got it in there. Much better. Much better, easier. Honestly, I don't need a GPS at the moment. We're gonna leave the GPS off, but it goes right there. But I'm not gonna put the GPS on, so we're just gonna leave that off. So one thing I didn't do was to check to see if this was working or not. So let's put a battery in here and see what we get. All right, so lighten up. So we have power. Seems to be working. All right. We're gonna take some of this flux here. We're just gonna add some flux to everything real quick. Now, I know I'm supposed to have a fan, but I'm leaning over, I'm not breathing this in, okay guys? So know that I know that I'm not supposed to be breathing this in. I am holding my breath while I just do this really quick. You know, it's not the best sorter in the world, but for what it is, what do you guys think? You know, it looks okay, right? I am improving, so I was never that good before. The camera on this is no good. We're gonna take it back out for one more spin. Yep. No, I did raise the VTX power to about 4. I think I can go up to 7. I still need to play around with the pit tuning here. If I can complain about this drone, I think the one thing I would say is that I'm not a fan of flying analog. But when you came in the game flying digital, you know, there's no way you can go back. So I'm just hovering here. I don't want to, you know, I don't want to go anywhere far right now because, you know, so just messing around with the tuning for a bit. Yeah. Something is loose on it. Let me bring it down. You see how it's working like that? Let's see if I can bring it down. Oh.